Hello and welcome to How Do I Homeschool? My name is Rebecca Devitt and today we're going to be talking about if homeschooling is an effective way to educate your children. Homeschooling is about as effective as the teachers and the materials used in the homeschool are. So if you have a homeschooling parent who is really invested in teaching their children, who's excited about it, and you have homeschooling materials that are interesting and the children are engaging with, you are going to have an effective homeschool. If you have parents who've perhaps been forced to home educate, so they're isolated, or a big example of this is the coronavirus situation, where all of a sudden you've got most people being forced to educate their children at home, and this might not be a great educational environment. Parents really have to want to enjoy the homeschooling experience, and then, as we said before, they need to be getting and using materials which are engaging. For me, my homeschooling experience was much more effective than school, and this is because my parents were able to give me much closer educational help. They were able to sit down with me and look at the materials with us and help us in a sort of 1-to-1, 1-to-2 situation. In school, the ratio was more like 1-to-20, 1-to-30, and this was a lot harder. So I spent a lot of time in school just waiting for the teacher to come and help me because I needed that help. A lot of other children might not need it, but I certainly did. So for me, it was much more effective. And the other thing is, when I was homeschooled, I felt like my parents really loved me and really were investing in my education, and so I felt more like I wanted to please them in that way. In school, I didn't feel this. I felt, I just felt like I didn't want to be there and I wasn't enjoying it. And if you look it up, if a child is interested in their education, it's going to be a lot more effective because they'll be learning and remembering more because they are interested in it. That interest, I believe, is a lot easier to garner in the homeschooling situation. The other reason I think homeschooling is a lot more effective is that the child can work at their own pace. So they don't have to just work at the pace that the school sets. They can go faster or they can go slower. If you're having a bad day, you can do less work. If you're having a good day, you can do more. For me, my parents said, these are the things you need to learn this year. And then if you finish all that, then you can have the rest of the year off, or we can do other things, extracurricular things to fill that gap. So that really motivated me to do my homework more quickly and get it done at a faster pace. As a result, I was able to finish year 10 in 5 months and year 11 in 6 months. And so that was great. That meant I could focus on other things. Did homeschooling work for our family? Well, my older brother became an architect, my younger one became a lawyer, and I did a year of medical school. So you might definitely say that homeschooling was a very effective situation for our family. Another great thing about homeschooling is that it makes you a lifelong learner. Just like I learnt to read so many books when I was homeschooled, as did my brothers, we are now people who love to read so many books. And I think this is a great byproduct of homeschooling and has been very effective for that reason as well. When you're thinking about, is homeschooling an effective situation for your children to be in, I think it's also good to not just consider, well, are their test scores better, but to consider, are we growing our children and their characters well? And I think homeschooling was really great for that, because I would watch my parents and I'd watch how they interacted and I watched their character, and so I felt that I also had I had more opportunities to build my character, where my parents were directly investing in teaching me and indirectly as I watched them interact together. I hope you've really enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe for more.